Alright, hopping right back into this. Our allied players this time have a Soviet faction. It's great. I think that's exactly what that composition was missing last time. Some good old Soviet indirect fire. That good old Katyusha. Need themselves a Katyusha. We've got mechanized support, counterattack tactics, and shock rifle. Three pretty solid, pretty standard commanders. ISU obviously a longtime favorite on this map. We've also got Royal Engineer, Royal Artillery, and Commando. So all vanilla commanders for our British player. For the Axis, we've got Scavenge, Fortifications, and Breakthrough for Nagano, Spearhead, Jaeger Armor, and Blitzkrieg for Serrano. So as we see, just so common on this map, sending the 1st Infantry Squad to the house, making sure that you maintain control of that. I'm going to 1st Unit MG, or 2nd Unit MG here for Serrano. That looks like that was his 1st unit. Gone MG, Gren. Pretty standard. Nothing groundbreaking here. I see Serrano making his life a little easier, getting into this munition point. He's going to crush the fence. Doesn't have to vault it every time, and the squads don't have to go around. Actually, just going to go ahead and crush all of it. Fuck all those fences. Sternpire is moving up on the left. Work on this left VP. They're going to be challenged by a conscript squad. Should have no problem dealing with them. Conscripts looked like they were going to get in range, but they're going to skirt around to this green cover instead. We got a Kubel. Oh no! Conscripts vaulted over the fence just as the Kubel appeared. Probably going to get suppressed now. Yep. Conscripts get suppressed. It's going to leave them very vulnerable to these stern pioneers who are rapidly closing the gap. On this side of the map, we've got an MG42 being suppressed by the ridiculous range of this MG. Of the Vickers. The Vickers gets a bonus range when in buildings. Vickers is very, very potent when in buildings. And these combat engineers are thoroughly outgunned. Stern Pios are going to be forcing them off shortly. Should maybe could have gone for the wipe if he wasn't rushing the munitions point. Alas, don't. The Brits trying to move up into green cover here. This infantry section is down to half health. They get caught by the MG again and suppressed. The Vickers is moving up. Nicely positioned here as well. Again, we're seeing the front lines develop along this road, as we always do on this map. Our Soviet player is going with a heavy conscript build. It's like 4 cons on the field already. These conscripts are trying to keep their distance from these stern pioneers. Kubel's going to roll up, force him to move. The Brits are still holding their ground here. Infantry section's just so sturdy when in green cover. Do so much damage. Conscripts oorah to avoid the Kupferwagen, but they get caught out in red cover here and you have to retreat. In the meantime, this conscript squad is actually really far into enemy territory. Serrano deals with it quite nicely with double MGs. He now has 2 MG42s on the field. He's going to cover a lot of territory on this map. This is kind of shaping up to be similar to the last game in that the southern players are just trying to fight for this 1 VP. The OKW player doing basically what we saw the OKW player do last game. Nagano's setting up his battle group headquarters very aggressively, using this Kubel to deny harassment on the left. This is a bit like a mirror of last game. We've got Molotovs, which is a good decision. He's got plenty of squads to use in one. And a mortar pit, which you don't see real often. It's going to have to keep some Royal Engineers nearby to repair them because Nagano has a Pack Howie, not a Pack Howie, an LEIG on the way. LEIGs does pretty solid damage against the mortar pit. And if he catches a squad repairing it, that squad will actually take more damage from the LEIG, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. Kind of get punished for trying to repair your replacement. But if it's on the field for long enough, it can have a pretty big impact. Sniper on the field now for our Austere player. And without a tier 1 up for Tomb, he will not have access to a sniper. The British player will. He's yet to build one. Not a lot of units on the field for our British player. That mortar emplacement is quite expensive. I think it's 400 manpower. Oh, that hit though with the Molotov combined. Well played. Wipes a Gren squad. Very well played. That was just a nasty 1-2 right there. These combat engineers are just drawing fire, trying to stall time for a flank here. The conscripts are probably going to vault this wall. Sniper moving up to support. Second conscript squad moving in as well. They oorah into green cover. Avoid the suppression. Maxim is moving in as well. We've got a nice three-way flank coming. It's going to force all these MGs to move. Axis infantry are moving up to support. MG is going to set up, but it's going to catch a Molotov. If he doesn't move that immediately, that MG might go down. Oh, it's getting awfully low. MG just barely gets away. The conscripts also have to retreat. The Maxim is here to follow up on that push. He's not going to be around for very long though. With the sniper plinking away at him, he's going to be forced to move. LEIG makes its presence known. And what do you know? The second LEIG is on the way. Just like last game. Nicely positioned Kubel here. Sternpile is moving in to flank. Cons are suppressed. Maxim's going to have to run. The Allies have been forced completely off the left side of this map. And it's still just clinging to the right side. This mortar has just the 4 kills that he initially got. I wish I could see the range on that. What is the range? Dang, there's no way to do that. It's pretty massive though. It has pretty great range. Its only downside is that it's pretty fragile without brace. So it's a bit vulnerable to other forms of indirect fire, which is kind of odd. But it is what it is. Allies trying to move up, harass this VP. Way too much for them to force that off, though. Grenadiers now pushing up as well. Infantry section is moving up. Oh, wow! Nice hit by that mortar. Mortar doing some work, wipes the LEIG. This infantry section is really dangerous now. And we've seen squad size upgrades now for our Brit player. Oh, and it looks like he followed up with a sniper of his own. Oddly, though, he didn't opt to hide it, and he kind of gave away his surprise factor. Could have maybe baited the Austere sniper. Instead, opts to drain a little bit of manpower. This Kubel just does not want to die. Really nice Kubel play from both games so far. Kubel has a lot of room to work over here. This left side is obviously really open.
Extra firepower is now available for units.
Mortar's up to 7 kills with some pretty key ones. Both of the shots that have landed have resulted in wipes. The LEIG has been recrewed, but the mortar's already spotted it and taken shots at it as well. LEIG trying to do some work on these cons. They're going to have to back off. So the Allies doing a nice job of trying to break this containment by harassing the left side of this map here. Last game, the southern player was just kind of stuck sitting right around here, but they're kind of opening this up and harassing this left side, which makes sense because the Soviet player in this slot is going to have to retreat so far the whole way, like the entire game. Without access to a forward retreat point, that's a really unfortunate spot to be in. Whereas the Axis can soft retreat, even the Austere player can just soft retreat back to this HQ. The British forward HQ is just so manpower expensive, so manpower intensive. Early in the game, the Brits really can't afford to invest that much manpower in a retreat point. I think it's 200 manpower to build the little truck, and then another 250 to upgrade it, something like that. You guys can clarify the stats for me, but it's really expensive. The sniper is really forward. The only bit of green cover, or the only bit of cover that's available to cloak him, is this little pole right here. He's gonna have to walk a long way if he gets spotted. He gets uncloaked for just a second. The conscripts try and throw a Molotov before they die, but it doesn't connect. And the snipers actually managed to sneak all the way back to his own territory. In the meantime, Austere Sniper is nearby. He's going to take a shot at that infantry squad. And the conscript hordes are moving in on the left flank again. And the left flank is relatively undefended. There's just the one MG, which this conscript just oorah'd right past. Not sure what that MG was doing. MG, please. He was right there. 18-8's tech nav on those conscripts. Finally get a damaged engine on the Kubel. Might be able to kill that pesky thing. And we've got really solid AT here from Nagano with the Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer is fantastic on this map. Second 18-8 goes off and actually gets the Kubel, but he might lose this conscript squad. And he does. Definitely not worth that trade. Toon is down to 3 conscripts now. That's pretty significant. And he might actually lose a second conscript. No bueno. No bueno. He's microing all over the place, though. It is a challenge to try and micro all these places at once. Commando's now on the field, and there's absolutely nothing to stop him. They're going to roll both these LEIGs. The Jagdpanzer's going to try and crush or at least interfere with their pathing enough to make them useless. Ooh, nice shot by that sniper. The LEIG's there. Actually, the LEIG's shooting that big squad all over there. So Commandos wipe the LEIG, but don't do enough. There's not enough to follow up to actually capture it. Conscripts flank this MG. In the meantime, this T-70 is doing work on these grins. Oh god, there's so much going on!
The enemy have destroyed a forward position.
Oh no! The enemy's destroyed a forward position. What did they destroy? Missed it. Oh yeah. Look at all this stuff. T-70 spotted by the Jagdpanzer. 2 of my favorite units. They're so derpy. I love recon mode, it's so cool. Fog of War. No, I missed it. So sad. LEIG doing work, but the conscripts have managed to put some sandbags up. Sniper caught a bit out of position. Luckily there's cover on this road now because of the LEIG shots. He's going to have at least a little bit easier time sneaking in and out of that road. These conscripts are desperately trying to hold this middle VP. Still pretty even as far as VPs go. Both players have ticked the other team down just a little bit. Uh-oh, we got the Jagdpanzer has spotted this mortar pit and is taking shots from the LEIG. He's going to need to brace it immediately if he's going to have a shot at keeping it alive. With these Shreks moving up as well, I don't think it'll be enough. This mortar pit is going to go down. We've got an Ostwind on the field now for our Axis players.
Trying to take a point from us.
Mortar pit gets taken out. This MG's in a bit of trouble here as well. If they eat a flame grenade, they're probably going to go down. We got 1 P8 on the sappers. Nope, 2 P8s on the sappers. Not sure how I feel about the sappers. This T-70 on the other side, though, is all over the place. Oh, it picks up the sniper! Beautiful play! It's gonna cost him the T-70, but he does get the sniper. Bit of a consolation prize. That was close, man. That was just in his very final moments. Had he not picked up that sniper, that would have been just a horrible, horrible loss. Bit of a consolation prize there. Commando's gonna try and do their thing. These sneaky little bastards.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
I think hold fire would have been pretty good in that situation. It's crazy to me that they get sprint out of camo as well. It's pretty awesome. We're going to throw a Gammon Bomb, a little mini satchel. Actually, kind of like a full-blown satchel in terms of how much damage it does, but wipes at least one of those LEIGs. Another nice flank on these on this MG. These conscripts have been working all game. And the sniper is following it up as well. We do have an AT gun on the field now. 2 AT guns, as a matter of fact. The conscripts have managed to push all the way up to the Axis player's fuel. Ostwind's going to force him back, but Ostwind will eat an 18 aid. And now that the Jagdpanzer's actually not the best spot, and those 18 sticks did quite a bit of damage to that Ostwind, but the conscript stuck around for way too long. The Ostwind is really, really low. If he could pick that up, that would be huge. Maxim AT gun combo has been working nicely. Now we've got the KV-8. Trogdor the Burninator. Here he comes. He's gonna melt everything. It's all gonna die. AT gun force back. Axis retake their side. But not before eating a triple cap for a few seconds. So the Allies make a little bit of headway. They just about even the VP score just in time for their big bad KV-8 to hit the field. There's going to be fire everywhere. Got Molotovs, we got KV-8. He's going to just roll right up to the Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer's going to hold his side nicely. I think Toom needs to start rebuilding his conscripts. He needs that field presence. We've got Vickers rolling out on the British infantry now. Give them their late game punch. Really nice flank being positioned here. The commandos need to be on hold fire. Please, hold fire. You don't do any damage at range. You're just giving your position away. KV-8 pushing up. It's got support from these AT guns. Takes a nasty shot from the Jagdpanzer, but the supporting British AT guns that force it away. Really nicely positioned flank here, but the commandos stick around for just a little bit too long. Both LEIGs have been decrewed. These LEIGs have been harassed all game. The Allies are not going to let them get beat by these LEIGs. All game long they've been dealing with that. Oh, very nice. Panzerschreck on the ground for these conscripts. Just got to pick them up. There you go. The cloaked Raketten doing some scouting, and the German stealth technology Jagdpanzer also cloaked. Sniper, no! If you walk over red cover, those LMGs will shred you.
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished.
Rifle grenade does not connect. I think one of the turning points in this game was when they actually wiped that sniper, because the British sniper has been just having a field day since then. Basically been free to only 9 kills, so maybe not a field day. He's having like a lunch break. As opposed to a field day, but might actually damage the engine on this. Could get a damaged engine. Oh, infantry section goes down.
An HMG crew has been lost to enemy action.
Oh, LEIGs have been recrewed. They're back. AT guns pulling back a bit. Jagdpanzer scouting. Forward Jagdpanzer. Ah! KV-8 bounces the shot. That's pretty funny. And that AT gun does just enough damage to where they would have been able to get an AT grenade off, but the Pat Cowie says no thank you. You are not going to AT name my Jagdpanzer. More shots from the League. God damn you, League. You're the reason I can't play this game this patch. You make me too angry. It's not good for my health or my blood pressure. It's kind of funny how he's using these camo units to spot. He's got the cloaked Raketten spotting for his LEIGs. We've got a whole bunch of fuel floating for Serrano. I don't know if he's teching to tier 4 maybe? I'd love to see a Brumbar. Give me a Brumbar, please. KV-8 now back, fully healed, fully repaired. He's gonna go back to burning things. Axis have a pretty severe lack of AT right now. They have a Raketen and a Yak Tiger, Yak Panzer. So not a ton of AT. I think the Allies have a bigger window to push here than I think they realize. You don't even have a pack on the field from Serrano. The Jagdpanzer are single-handedly keeping this KV-8 at bay. These cloaked AT guns are going to try and force it off. You got Shocks on the field. Throw some smoke and cap that point. Oh god, getting way too hungry. They're going ham! That was a telegraphed grenade if I've ever seen one. The Jagdpanzer continuing to force that KV-8 away. Every time he tries to push this KV-8, he's met by the Jagdpanzer. Doesn't matter though. KV-8 is still going to do some damage, and the flames are going to force everything to pick up and move. Doesn't actually get any kills, which is a bit unfortunate. Allies pressuring this mid-VP, trying to keep the VP drain going. Not resting back on their laurels and waiting to get killed by all this indirect fire. Nice grenade barrage, does a ton of damage. Doesn't actually wipe that many models though. Dangerous spot to be in though with this sniping ability from the Jaegers. Vickers maintaining control of the mid-VP. The squad is going to be forced to retreat. And looks like British infantry section wiped, maybe forced off, not sure there. We've got Smoke Arty coming in from the base. One thing I learned about the Brits is that this Arty thrown from the infantry sections actually fires a hell of a lot more shells. The concentrated barrage that is in the artillery commander, not the one that he's using, but the one that's in the artillery commander, only fires, I think, 4 shells. That one fires 12. Commandos called in. They're going to get met by an MG. They just really, really do not like these LEIGs. Like, that guy, you just spent 500 manpower to call in those commandos to wipe that one LEIG. It actually almost wipes the MG as well. Had he not been next to that HQ, don't think he would have been able to do it. I mean, I think he would have been able to do it, sorry. Scavenge already going in on the pack. Does not get the wipe, though. They're just constantly harassing this BP. Just will not give up control of that BP. Shocks are back on the field. This is such a long retreat path for this poor Soviet player. Panzerschreck conscripts is pretty sweet. It's a nice combination. Ura 18A Trek. Yes. It's good stuff. Soviet player playing relatively conservatively with this KV-8. Oh god, no! The Shocks walked right into the rifle nade. It eats so much damage. I don't think he saw it until just now. Conscripts Uraing to try and get an 18-8 off on this Ostwind. The sniper's there to drain models. Man, really nice play from both players. Everybody, really. This has been a really solid game. IS-2 available, will likely be called in any moment. That's going to pose a pretty significant threat because Nagano is opting to get a Stuka, which is not AT. And the Jagdpanzer bounces like a mother against the IS-2. KV-8 is going to try and take out this Tier 4 building. He's going to kite these derpy AT units. Oh, he's following it up with the AT guns as well. Flames dropped on that. Oh no, Flames dropped on the Raketen. KV-8 gets wiped, but they do clear the Tier 4. So no Panthers, no P4s for our OKW player. Scavenge already called in. Wipes the AT gun. Does not clear it entirely though, so he will be able to recruit that should we get an infantry section over there, or an infantry squad over there. Combat NGs go down in the middle. These are starting to heat up now. Uh-oh. The sniper is in red cover. Be careful. IS-2 rolling up, I can hear it. There it is. I love that skin.
We are down to 300 points.
See how much pressure you can generate with this IS-2. Really only got the Raketen and the Yag still, as far as AT goes. Cyrano has opted to tech tier 4 now. So we have a Panther on the way. That'll be actually enough to deal with the IS-2. That'll be exactly what it needs to do with the IS-2. Don't think this sniper, all the way back in base. Let's see if he goes for a counter snipe here. This Brit sniper been played pretty well, honestly. IS-2 in the middle, meat shielding, bouncing things left and right. Looks like infantry section got wiped by the, I guess it was the Vickers, got wiped by the pack. Shocks flanking in the north. It's crazy to me that this combination of the Yagd and the Raketen is all that the Axis have needed in terms of AT. Just goes to show you how strong those two units are on this map. Ostwind doing a great job of denying harassment. Up to 14 kills already. Sniper trying to crit the engine, but it actually only crits the turret. It does crit the turret for a long, long time though. Oh my god, how long is that? It's like a 10-second crit, my god! It's still, oh dear lord, that's just nasty. I had no idea it was that long. We do have a forward retreat point set up now, which helps. That'll give something for our Axis, for our allied player. Was that a mine? Mine just didn't do any damage. At least the Soviet player will have something he can soft retreat to. The sniper's in a really dangerous spot. Sneaky, sneaky bastard. You sneaky Scottish son of a bitch. The leagues are back. Forcing retreats. Hitting AT guns in the face. The forward retreat point has now been spotted by the Axis, so they will have the LEIGs will have a new target. Whoop, grenades! Stuka is firing. Let's see. I'm assuming right here. Wow, look at how much damage that did. One barrage. That was actually only like 2 rockets. Took it down to almost half health. In the meantime, in the north, the Soviets are trying to push up. They dodged this grenade barrage quite nicely, using that sprint ability. LEIG, please. Shocks are moving in as well. Jagdpanzer lying in wait. Meantime, this Panther is moving up along with the Ostwind and the rest of the Oster infantry to pressure this right side, but a couple AT gun shots land on that Panther and do quite a bit of damage. This Gren squad is in red cover. They're getting focused down. It's probably going to get wiped. Nasty wipe there from Serrano. Infantry are forced to retreat. AT guns positioned to take shots on the Ostwind. They're going to get forced out. Meantime, these shocks are capping under smoke and an incendiary nade. They throw a grenade on the MG. The MG takes virtually no damage. Is that a Katyusha? Yes! Where is he really Katyushing? That's not a Katyusha. That's a Nebelwerfer. Panzerwerfer. Haha! Didn't think I'd see that unit in a tourney game in a while. Actually quite good now that it's been buffed. Conscripts not going to be able to stick around there for very long, despite their position in the trench. The British are preparing a bit of a flank here.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Got the Panther down to half health over there.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
British infantry's moving up. We've got the MG flanked. Piats might hop in this building, but it's kind of low. I don't know if I'd risk that. AT guns also moving up to take shots on the Ostwind. Oh, nasty Stuka strike! Oh, actually wipes the Royal Engineers. Meantime, this infantry section, a bit out of position, but he did manage to go in hard enough to call in air supremacy. It's all gonna explode! The Axis haven't even moved! Oh god! The XP flowers. Wipes the truck, wipes an MG. Doesn't actually do much more than that, but this whole area is just in ruins. 2 smashed gliders, a destroyed truck. There goes the Axis forward retreat point. The Allies might be able to gain some traction now. And GP is in danger of being eliminated if they can't capitalize on this hold that they have. This is an ace game for them. They get knocked out. KVA moving up to clear the MG. Jagdpanzer turning. First shot misses, wipes the MG, but the Panther is in pursuit. Ostwind also following up. First shot from the Panther misses. This KVA is getting lucky. Third shot misses. Jagdpanzer, please do your job. There you go. Had you done that earlier, you might have got the KV-8. Allies trying to cap this mid-VP once again. KV-8 has to back off for repairs. Oh no! Oh no! Really? Is that the infinite crit right there? Main gun loader injured. The infinite. That's horrible. That's just awful. I'm sorry, but there's no excuse for that in this game. I'm surprised I didn't spot it until just now. Does anybody know of any way to get rid of that? Is he just going to suicide this now just to get rid of the pop cap? Oh, it's shooting. What the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, that's right. It just takes ages to fire. That's what it is. Okay. Basically, you can walk in, fire one shot, and back away. That's all we can do. All of the Axis infantry is positioned right here. Shocks are going to throw some smoke, and they're going to try and force off these 2 Grenadier squads, but if they get focused on the way, they're going to take a ton of damage. AT guns moving up to take shots on the Panther. Both shots penetrate. Panther's forced to smoke. Shocks are going to throw a grenade and continue to force these Grenadiers back. In the meantime, the infantry section over here trying to at least give vision. Bye! Say bye to my girlfriend. She's not very pleased with me. I got way too drunk last night. It was not good. Happy times were not had. Oh no! Looks like he might have forgot about that infantry section. While he's busy microing the commandos, they're just taking fire from everything. Oh! Nasty Gammon Bomb clears the MG. Second HQ truck has been set up already. That didn't take long. KV-8 moving up, but there is a Roquette in there, and the Jagdpanzer. Don't know how much work the KV-8's going to be able to do. Does manage to melt the MG. Conscript's going to hoorah and try and maybe get an 18-8, but Serrano's not sleeping, so he's backs that Ostwind up. That's just so bad! Ugh! I just feel so sorry for Tomb right now. Panzerwerfer for fires does not connect. I might consider just suiciding that IS-2, honestly. It's just destroying the manpower income. Can't really do anything with it. Uh-oh. Stuka firing. Oh, wow. Back there. Didn't expect that. Alright. One shot goes in. Reloading, reloading, reloading. Second shot goes in. That actually wasn't too bad. Maybe not worth suiciding that. Got 2 Jagdpanzers on the field now, and they're flanked by these Brit AT guns, which do crap tons of damage. Those AT guns, I'm not going to get it. At least force them off, though. Meantime, the Soviet player is trying to repair his heavies. It's going to be a tough task to keep those things topped off with 2 combat engineers. The vanilla factions really lack for solid repair options. It's kind of sad. Grenade barrage goes in, does good damage, but doesn't actually wipe very many models. Nicely dodged there by our British player. We've got a command P4 on the field now, so that's going to make these infantry really, really nasty. He smokes the AT guns. Actually, he doesn't smoke the AT gun. Infantry section, it's just stalling this middle VP. It's literally all he's doing. Just denying that cap. And they actually managed to force that Volk squad off. Nicely played. And now they're trying to connect the left VP, which would give them a triple cap. I don't think they're going to be able to take it, though. Not with the Ostwind there. He does have some AT gun back here. What is our British player doing? He's got 800 fuel. Holy crap, I just now realized he's not been spending his fuel. One of the rockets hit the building. That's funny. Stuka goes in, does not connect with anything. What is Igno doing? Why is he not spending his fuel? I do not understand. He's just spending all his manpower on these commando colonies. He can't afford anything.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take
Oh, KVA. Don't get Fausted. If you get Fausted, nice push by all this Axis infantry. Look at that. 3 LMG grins rolling up. Oh, 2 LMG grins. Both AT guns wiped, and we've got a massive push now. IS-2 is going to push in and try and keep the KV-8 alive. There's no conscripts to AT nade, and we've got flames getting called in just to keep the infantry from pushing up any further. Panthers caught out of position and forced to back off, but the 2 Jagdpanzers are there. One more shot and that Panther would have gone down, but he's not going to be able to chase it. The Shreks are here. They might be able to finish off this IS-2. Taking tons of damage from that KV-8, though. They got to retreat now! Oh, God! The humanity! That was a Vet 5 Volk squad. And the Jagdpanzers are desperately trying to push up and finish off this KV-8, but they miss once again. This is a blessed KV-8. In the meantime, the LMG grins are remaining staunch. They're not going to let this infantry push up anymore. They wipe the the AT gun. And the buff that Command Panther gives just makes him so tanky. British player's going to try and recap this, but nope, he can't. It gets wiped. Things are looking pretty rough for the Allies. I don't know why he's not spending his fuel. 800 fuel! You've got the best tanks in the game. You know what nice a Comet would be here? 2 Comets? Or even 3 Comets? Nice. Conscripts with the Shreks actually catch this Jagdpanzer. Oh, that's where it is. Ooh, nasty barrage from that Nebelwerfer. Oh, this game is just crazy. I don't know if the Allies can do it, though. They're running out of infantry. Got a second KV-8 on the field. Meanwhile, the Axis have tons of infantry. I mean, there you go. Nagano's got 3 Jaeger squad and a Volk squad. Serrano's got tons of LMG grins. That one's got a Vickers. You can still upgrade that with the LMG 42. That would be a devastating squad. And now the Axis look like they might start pushing their advantage. Both sides just squaring up. IS-2 is going to get caught by this Jagdpanzer, flanked by the Panther. Panther's not going to chase. Command tank over here, Command P4, is going to force this infantry off. The Axis are now able to exploit their huge armor advantage because our British player, for some reason, has bafflingly not decided to build the super awesome British tanks that everybody loves. Just been spending too much manpower. Gotta bank some manpower eventually. These conscripts have been such a pest. Stuka going in on...
Your forces have constructed a company command post.
He's chasing conscripts, which have now pushed all the way up to the middle VP. The Ostwind's been shooting the whole time. Now they're back off. Now they're forced to back off. IS-2 now fully repaired. He's moving in. KV-8's now fully repaired. They're going all in. This is a huge push, but he's nothing to follow it up with. He's just going to try and wipe as much infantry as he can. KV-8's taking crap tons of damage. It might get the wipe on this Volk squad. It's a bit of an ill-advised push. He didn't really have any infantry to follow it up with. His partner was not there to support him either. One KV-8 goes down, second KV-8 goes down. IS-2 might pick up this command tank. It's been roaming all over the map. All these grenadiers are going to wipe the AT gun. Now we've got blob v blob action. Gentlemen, a move to victory! IS-2's getting rolled. Things are looking grim for our allied players. Ninja Squad on the verge of defeat. Grenadier Squad is nicely soft retreating back to the Fort HQ. These infantry sections are slowly but surely losing the fight here. And they're going to retreat with the sight of the Panther and the Ostwind. There we go. First British vehicle of the day. Unfortunately, it's a little bit late. And I don't know if the Firefly will fare very well against these Jagdpanzers. Jagdpanzers are going to out-DPS it pretty hard. The only thing you can really do is try and burst one of them down. Now we've got Scavenge already called in on these commandos. Because why not? Tons of ammo. Actually does quite a bit of damage to his own Panther. Commandos have a nasty retreat path past these Grenadiers, and now the base rape has begun. So, yeah. This one's pretty much over. Down to 136 VPs. The Allies are still fighting. Still trying to make something happen. Conscripts trying to stall for another 18 aid. Keep giving vision for the AT gun. Ostwind moving in to support this. Ostwind is now up to 38 kills. That has been a game changer of a unit. And now the Axis are pretty much putting the nail in the coffin. These conscripts. And the Axis are recapping the right VP. 2 Ostwinds on the field now. Fancy that. Yay for British vehicles. The Firefly. I want to see these rockets go off, man. The animation they did for these is fucking phenomenal. It's so good. Alright, here we go. Spotted himself a command P4. Give it to me. Give it to me. Shoot those rockets, baby. Yeah, they don't connect, but they do look awesome. This Ostwind is insanely fast on the road with triple bed. That was just crazy. And they're just crushing everything now. KV-8 and IS-2 are going to try their final push, their last hurrah. They're down to 100 VPs. KV-8 going to force him off. He's not going to allow him to cap that mid VP. Firefly's on the run. Panther's giving chase. There is an AT gun up here. I don't think that's going to be enough. KV-8 going ham. Not hard enough though. It's wiped. This thing's up to, what, quadruple vet now? That's pretty sweet. Panther's going to come in to finish off the IS-2. He's desperately trying to cap the middle VP with this AT gun, but there's a Grenadier squad there. And IS-2 just about to go down. Faust goes off on the Firefly. IS-2 is cleared by the Panther. This is the GG. Well played. Very well played by both sides. A bit confused as to this little issue here. But, you know, sometimes you just get tunnel vision, I guess. Tough to say. But,